Hey friends, and welcome to the first episode of myself sharing myself more than I've ever shared myself.
La profecía del águila y del cóndor viene de norte a sur sellando con todo amor. La profecía del águila y del cóndor viene de norte a sur sellando con todo amor.
I'm out here on my yearly birthday retreat that I've been giving myself for the past 3 or 4 years to celebrate the rebirth of me, and to do that, I get alone, I rent a place, I find a place that's going to be out in nature with no service, no Wi-Fi, none of that shit. This is the only technology connection I'm going to have, and it's just to share with you my process of rebirth. Today, I am going on a spiritual pilgrimage.
Como un rubí, como un tesoro, lo guardas en tu corazón. Como un rubí, como un tesoro, lo guardas en tu corazón.
So what exactly is a spiritual pilgrimage? Well, to me, it is simply an action that is done selflessly to show connection to something greater than yourself, that you are committed to being your best, and that you are ready to receive any knowledge, any hints, any clues that may be necessary for your path of self-improvement, for your path of walking into the best self. So, I mean, the religions all around the world and the spiritual ideologies and philosophies and beliefs all have these different ways of showing commitment to their spiritual practice. And it's crazy because by being open and seeing all the different concepts and the different ideologies, well, I learned that there's some similarities, like some extreme similarities within them all, and to me that's truth, It just makes so much sense to me that there is an underlying message between all these spiritual practices and religions that hold a simple truth. And one of those things that I've adapted into my life is this idea of the spiritual pilgrimage. So spiritual pilgrimages can be done in multiple ways, but the way I do it is I pick a spot in nature, decently far, so that it's a little bit of a challenge for myself to go through. And generally I like to do this, down along a river somewhere and then up into the mountains, but not often do I have that. So sometimes it's simply just about going on a long ass walk in nature and finding a beautiful tree to sit in for a while. And what I do is at the start of this pilgrimage, I set intentions by speaking them to myself, to nature, to spirit, to God, to what I believe in. I write them into my journal and really set them there. And then I bring a rock or something, or I find something in the vicinity to also kind of remind that, sometimes I'll even speak it into the rock or the leaf or the plant, whatever I find, I offer some tobacco to the ground because I really like that idea, of giving back to the earth, to the creator. And then I'll take that token, that item, and I will go to the point in nature that I'm trying to get to, which is usually up a mountain somewhere slightly challenging. And once I get up there, I sit with myself and I give the rock and I let go of my intentions and allow in whatever, my highest self wants from me, what my spirit wants from me, what my soul is calling me to do. I sit back, I meditate, and I begin to listen to what my body is telling me, because that's how spirit speaks to us, through the feeling centers in our body, and these feelings create a thought in our mind, and they bring these thoughts that are the steps we need to take forward. And now it's up to us to courageously listen to them, because sometimes this thing is saying like, hey, quit smoking weed, but I don't really want to quit smoking weed, right? So it's like, it's and if I don't listen to that, like the path of progression kind of stops for a while, and I kind of sit in this stagnancy, which is, it's okay every once in a while, it's okay to sit in that, but it's always better to step through the fear, let it go, and grow. And so yeah, that's what I'm up to today. So the path, the easy path to the ridge I was trying to get to had a locked gate on it. I've been warned not to go across locked gates for certain reasons. Generally it's because there's livestock there, or it's dangerous, or somebody's just really private about their property. So to get around that, I walked further up the road, and I'm trying to get over here. Yeah, just over this kind of ridge. No, that way. And beautiful, but very, very, very thick brush, lots of pricklies. And it seems like this entire ridge is covered with it. So I'm gonna see if I can kind of cut a path over that way, but we'll see what happens here. These, I think, are my favorite spiritual pilgrimages, when there aren't much of a path carved out for you and you kind of got to create your own, and you get scraped by all the trees and dirty on the rocks, and you're climbing at times and crawling at others, and I find it fun. And I guess we live in a world where I feel we need to share our joy now more than ever, spread joy now more than ever, more love, more connection, to minimize the separation that's happening between us all, you know, as we get put in our boxes and told what to do more and more and more and more and more and more and more. It's time for more and more and more and more and more and more and more of us to break out of that box and to just do what we want to do, feel from the heart, get alone where we can, feel and hear the heart. And once that knowing and that clarity comes, to act on it courageously, you know. Just wanted to give you guys a little shot here of how thick this bush actually is, and how there's these prickly vines everywhere that I'm about to step under right now. Ay, ay, ay. Look at those spikes on that bitch. I'm getting to know them well. Yeah, so been dealing with that. But you know what? When you're on a mission to connect with the elephants with the elephants deeper and more like physically, by actually getting out in nature and feeling it all, well, this becomes fun. Not gross, not nasty, not scary, not shitty. It's a beautiful way to get to know the self and get to know the surroundings in which you inhabit. And right now, this is the surroundings I'm inhabiting. Encouraging all y'all to get out there and do it yourself. I know I need to go that way. It's just kind of spooky.
Ella es divina y proclama medicinas de las flores más finas de nuestro país. Evolución de los cuatro cuerpos. profecía del águila y del cóndor viene de norte a sur, sellando con tu amor. La profecía del águila y del cóndor viene de norte a sur, sellando con tu amor. Sagrado tabaco, peyote, santo daime, Santa María, San Pedro Clario. Sagrado tabaco, peyote, santo daime, Santa María, San Pedro Clario. Estos son los sacramentos divinos. Estos son los sacramentos divinos.
This is it. That's where I wanted to make it. Had a little bit of resistance in the end. I just said fuck it, and I kept going. I had some fear. I stepped through it. Now I'm here, right where I wanted to be for my spiritual pilgrimage. I love my life. Thank you for getting me up here safely. Thank you for encouraging me softly through my fear. Thank you for the meditation through the woods, up the mountain, to here and now where I stand. Thank you, butterfly, for showing me transformation can be beautiful. Thank you, ants, for reminding me that there's work to be done. Thank you, rocks, for reminding me that this planet will go on without me and has gone on for long before me. May this blip in time, this moment in time, be witnessed by the creation, by the Creator, by the highest version of myself. May you see the gratitude. May you feel the gratitude that I feel now. It's time to rest, reflect. Tonight I'm doing a moon ceremony again, like last night, but I didn't capture any of it. And I'm probably not going to capture much either, but I'll let you know how it goes. I'll let you know all the wisdom and insight gained from this spiritual pilgrimage. But the whole idea isn't about showing you what I'm doing. It's about influencing you to go do what your soul is calling you to do, whatever that is. It might not be climbing this mountain, but it's talking to you. And I know that getting out into the mountains is a good way to hear what the soul is really desiring, really craving. So, peace and love, guys.